Everyone, Ashley from Media Design here with a quick Webflow tip on how to get select fields in a form that pull in data from a collection list. So, for example, what you want to do is add a select field to your form, but the options here, you don't want the options to be manually selected, you want them to come in from one of your collection lists, so it can dynamically populate. So how do we do this then? So firstly, we're going to remove the element selection that we just put in from the components, because we want to do this via some code embeds. So the first thing that we want to do is just put in a div block wherever you want your selection. I'm just going to put it at the top, and we're going to put it within our form block. So that's the first step. The second step then is to get an embed, and here we go. So put an embed here, and so what do we put in this embed? So what we're going to want to do is open up the select field but not close it. So the stages are to open it up, and then within this code embed and the end of the div, we're going to put our collection list, and then we're going to put a closing HTML embed to close the selection list. So let's go ahead and do this now. So I'm just going to copy and paste the code from another area and talk through it. So I'm going to delete these for the class. What you want to do is update that class to whatever your label class is, and let's just remove these for now. Okay, so we'll keep the wselect there because that's a Webflow class. The label, this is going to be for our, so in this case where you want to pull in some brochures that are going to be selectable in the form. So this is going to be for our brochure, and we're just going to put that same one in the ID and the name and the data name. We also added in a required tag here because it has to be required for this brochure, and that's it there. So for the class, let me just save and close this one for now. We'll change the name here for the label to select brochure. Okay, so we've got our label, we've got our select, but we're not putting anything below, we're not closing the select tool here, we're just opening up. So we'll save and close. So this is what it looks like. So I want this label to be the same as this here. So for this, we just look at the class field label, go back to our embed, and then we're going to change the class here to field label, just like that. So you do lowercase and put a hyphen where there's a space, and there we go. So that's looking more like it, and you can see it's actually opened up our select, which is great. So what we want to do now is add another code embed, and we're going to just put that below. And with this code embed, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be closing that select. So just really simple, just to close. It will tell you that it's errored because there's nothing to close above it, but that's okay because it's actually going to be closing this select here. Okay, so in between there then is where we want to put our data. So this is going to be within the middle of those two. We're going to select our source, which is going to be guides and apps. And you can see here I've got 3 to choose from, but I'm going to filter this down even more because I want the type to just be guides and not apps. Okay, and there's still those 3 there. We're going to sort it by name alphabetically. Okay, there we go. There's going to be no limit to the items at all. So yeah, let's go ahead and configure this then. So again, we're going to use another HTML code embed for the options. So if we go on, open another code embed, put that into one of the collection items. Okay, and for this we're going to add in our options, so that's just like this. Option, and then the value, oops, alright, the value of that option is going to be, we can add in now data from our collection list, so the value for the option is going to be name, so the name of the brochure, and we're also going to put in the name so they can visually see the name of the brochure here, and then just close that option. Okay, and that's it. So we'll just save and close there. So what you'll see there is your values are looking like they're outside of there, but this is okay because when we go ahead and save and publish, they're going to be inside there. Well, we hope they're going to be inside the select tag there. So let's just go ahead and publish this, and hopefully it will be a new function in select field powered by CMS. Okay, let's refresh this page here. Okay, great. So we've got our select field, and you can see here this brochure is inside here. If I open it up, I've got my other brochure options here, and the value is also pulled through as well when you go ahead and submit the form. So all that's left is just to do a little bit of styling on this select field, and we're done.